Hello FPL managers, and welcome back to another stream, which is going to be a reaction stream to the double game week 26 FPL 2020-2021 on channel FPL INKLING. My name is Mo, and today we're going to go through the reaction of part 1 of this amazing double game week. How is everyone? How have you guys been? Enjoyed the weather? Had a good weekend? Well, let's make your weekend a lot more better. So tuck yourself in, grab yourself a warm drink like a coffee or a tea, or if you fancy something cool like myself, get something like a cold drink and keep yourself hydrated. Let me give you guys a bit of background. If you guys are first time viewing my video or content, my name is Mo. I've just started a channel called FPL INKLING. So my aim of the game is to give you guys all the tips and hints and latest news around FPL and my insights to how I believe you guys can do better in your team or your performance or your mini leagues. If you guys are already viewers of this channel, so I am aware that around 75% of people who do watch my content are actually not my subscribers. So if you do like what I present to you guys on a weekly basis, so please click the like button on this video, click subscribe, be a subscriber, and also the notification icon. So if you guys want to get regular notifications of how I release my videos or what time I release them and be the first to view them, so click the bell icon. Let me know you guys are interested, so I'll release more content for you guys. So give you guys an outline for this week. I will be releasing for a special week this week, of course, I'll be releasing a part 2 of a reaction stream. I've not decided what day I'm going to do it at the moment, to be fair, so it could be Thursday, it could be Friday, depending on what time the game finishes at the Liverpool-Chelsea, and whether I get the time that evening to release it or not. But definitely you'll have it by Friday, so keep a lookout, guys, for that reaction stream part 2. So before wasting any further ado, how was your weekend? How was your fantasy football part 1? Have you guys managed to get your rewards for the risks you took? Were you risk averse? Completely opposite to what I did this week. Did it pay off? Did it not pay off? Let's go through a few questions, and I'll tell you guys how I did as well, in between is the whole questions that I will take. So first I'll tell you guys I got, so far, apologies for that, 68 points for this game week's first half. So my aim was for this week to aim for around 130 to 135 points. So basically in a normal game week, I like to aim for about 65, 70 points. So I believe that's a really good mark. If your captain pays off as well, it's usually above average, and unless there's a really mad game week, and the average goes over around 80 points. So bearing that in mind, I knew I had 22 players playing the 2 games over the double game week. So I was aiming for around 130 points. I'm more than halfway there, so I'm just over halfway. So I've got 68. The only kind of like negative news for me this week was Harvey Barnes, who has gone off. So if we have a look at his profile, so he went off with a leg injury because his legs were actually kind of like wrapped up and casted on the stretcher whilst he's been taken off the field. So when is he expected back? That was one of the questions that I got from you guys during the day. So I can tell you guys he's expected to be back around the 10th of April. So let's see how many game weeks he'll actually miss. So he's not going to miss the Burnley one because that's part of, well, he is missing the Burnley one, but that's part of this game week, if you understand what I mean. So he's missing Brighton away, Sheffield home. These are the games that I was banking on. So that's 2. He's got Man City, and if he returns it, so he's missing 3. So he's owned by around 21% of managers, as you guys can see. So yeah, I mean, he's owned by me. I'm definitely going to have to transfer him out. Because I can't have a player worth 7 mil not playing due to injury, so he's definitely going to be someone I'm going to consider taking out. So that's the upfront news on Harvey Barnes. So as I mentioned, guys, I did get 68 points so far this week, almost on my way now to getting the overall points tally that I was wanting. Anything more would be absolutely great. But anything below 120, I will be disappointed personally, because the amount of thought and risks I've taken, I definitely would like at least that much return for the transfers I did. So to give you guys a bit of context, if you're watching it for the first time, I took 6 transfers for my team from my previous game week. So I lost, because I had 2 free transfers, I lost a total of 16 points. Now, a lot of people then criticised me for making that move. And at that point, I was thinking, if I don't make this move now, I have players that I generally believe that either not going to play both games, even if they do have 2 game week fixtures, for example, like Eric Dyer. I didn't see him playing both games. Jesus, again, Dyer didn't come on the pitch. Jesus got 29 minutes and 1 point. So, again, was it worth it? I think in the long run, it probably was the right decision. So guys can actually tell you mathematically the players I took out. So if I'd kept those players in from last week, those 6 players would have got me a total of 8 points. The 6 players that I brought in and I played, they got me 35 points. So even if I took the 16 points off the 35 and the 8 points, so let's take 8, 27 minus 16, 11. I'm actually still plus 11 up. So for me, that's a really good start considering I've still got another 6 of those players to play this game week. Well, there's a chance that they'll play, and I'm pretty confident they will. So if I took Reguilon and Diaz as an example, they actually both got me more than what those 6 players would have got. So Reguilon, he's owned by about 2.9%. So I said in my previous video, he's a differential. Got me 9 points. I think he's due for 2 bonus points as well. No, sorry, 1. So that'll take him up to 10. And Diaz, who got 10 points this game week. So yesterday he scored against, I think it was West Ham, yeah. So 2-1 he scored against them, and he ended up taking 2 bonus points. So a great move there. I mean, if only he kept a great clean sheet, that would have been 16 points, and that would have been my decision vindicated. So if you look at my bench, there you go, Bamford with 2 points, and Dyer, who has a 3.9 ownership, and he did not play a single minute. So that was a good choice from my point of view. If I was to generally just have a look at the general outcome, I mean, the only thing that probably let me down the most was Jamie Vardy and Fernandes. Fernandes, for me, was probably his worst game for United in a long time that I can remember. I don't know what the referee was playing at. I don't know if you guys watched the game or not, but that was a penalty. I mean, Hudson-Odoi, hands up here, the ball touches your hand. How's that not a penalty? I mean, I've seen far worse decisions given this season. So I don't know if you remember Eric Dyer, his back was turned. Newcastle earlier in the season, Andy Carroll heads the ball straight into his hand, not even looking at the ball, penalty given. And this wasn't given today, so I have no idea. Let's just say hypothetically that was going to be the outcome of the result. He scores the penalty, keep a clean sheet, probably gets 3 man of the match bonus points, 8 points, so 16 more. So if you add those 16 plus another 6 for Diaz, 22 points, so I would have been looking around 90 points. Oh, I definitely would have been happy then. But no, taking Van Bissaka out for Reguilon was a really good decision. I know Van Bissaka got 6, but I've taken 9 and probably going to get 1 to 10 points for Reguilon. Not bad. So you can see most of my points this week came from my defence and my goalkeeper. So if you took my 4 players, so Martinez 10, Reguilon 9, Diaz 10, that's 29. 35 points out of my 68 actually came from my 4 defensive players, including the goalkeeper. So let's just hope that long may continue and my forwards start to pick up. So Fernandes can actually put his shooting boots on against Crystal Palace. So who knows, I can actually get close to the aim I want to. Harvey Barnes is completely throwing me off my game. I'm going to have to now consider who I'm going to bring in. Looking at the game weeks, I believe that next game week, it is a double game week for... Yeah, game week 27, so we can see it's a double game week for Manchester City against Southampton. So yeah, I mean, I've already got 3 City players. I'm definitely going to consider Southampton. I've got Sheffield, yep. So I'm definitely going to consider maybe bringing in someone from Southampton. Now that could be Ward-Prowse, Romeo, Che Adams. Not too sure at the moment. Defensively, they've got quite a few injuries. I'm definitely not taking out Martinez either. So yeah, so I would definitely be considering bringing in someone from Southampton for the double game week, and then I'll probably think of more strategies as we go along for the game weeks coming after that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not fully sure of what I want to do yet, but I might actually even consider making 2 transfers and trying to get at least 5 players for that game week from City and Southampton to maximise. But is it worth taking a 4-point hit? I'll have to have a look at that one. So I will get back. I will get back to you guys on when I do my deadline stream of what my plans are or what I'm going to be thinking of doing. But at the moment, most likely it's probably going to be someone from the Southampton midfield, just to give me an extra game week. But let's see. This is why I wasn't too keen on tripling up on Leeds a couple of weeks ago with Raphinha, Dallas, Alioski, Bamford already had, so I wasn't too keen on that. I knew it was just a 1 week kind of like spectacle or kind of like gain. So I know Raphinha owners are really, really grateful. Could have got some more returns yesterday. He headed it wide past the post to my relief, because otherwise Martinez would not have got his clean sheet. So yeah, Raphinha owners, let me know what you think. Let me know how you guys are feeling that he blanked. Is it time for him to change, or are you guys still wanting to back him? Let me know. So let's get a few questions now. So the first questions I got was about Nick Pope being in goal. So he conceded yesterday. Do you see him keeping a clean sheet in the next game? Well, let's find out who Nick Pope actually has. Let's go back. So Nick Pope for Burnley conceded 4 today against Spurs, and he's got, where is Burnley? Oh, home to Leicester on Wednesday. I mean, there's no reason why he can't keep a clean sheet. Yeah, so there's no reason why he can't keep a clean sheet. Yeah, so they're at home, so I'm just thinking, if Maddison's not playing, you got Harvey Barnes who's out as well. Jamie Vardy didn't fire this week. Probably going to be the main goal threat. It's going to be Jamie Vardy / Youri Tielemans, who did really well today. So let's see. Maybe I think there might be a chance, but I think Leicester will come back. They got Arsenal on Saturday. So yeah, I mean, Nick Pope's not going to let you down. He's done fairly well this season. So I mean, I wouldn't consider changing him if you've got him in your team and he's settled there. I wouldn't move him out. So yeah, keep him in your squad and just for your sake, hope he keeps a clean sheet, and for my sake, I hope Vardy manages to take that clean sheet away from him. The next question I had was, I played my triple captain on DCL. Kane has fired. Should I be worried? Well, I mean, Harry Kane, yeah, he got a goal. He's got no bonus points this week, so he's got a total of 6 points. Triple that, I mean double that if you've got him as captain, that's 12 points, and triple that if you've got him as a triple captain, so 18. I mean, has he really done that great? I don't think so. In my honest opinion, if you're going to win 4-0 against Burnley and you're only going to get 6 points, I don't think that it was actually that much of a great hit. Yeah, he could go absolutely wild against Fulham in his next game. But if your team is going to be winning 4-0 after a long, long time, I don't think. Let's have a look from the previous results. What was the last time Spurs scored 4 goals or more? I mean, the last time they scored 3 was against Sheffield. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games ago. So yeah, I mean, if there were going to be much chances of them scoring more than 3 or more goals, then today was a day and they did it. And he only got 1 return, so I don't think you've really lost out, because Dominic Calvert-Lewin is still to play. And as I mentioned in my videos earlier, I think he's the golden tip. Whether he performs or not, look, I don't want to put the jinxes on him, and I apologise if I do, so the managers, please don't be angry with me. But I still believe he has more favourable fixtures, and let's say Kane blanks in the next game week, he only gets 2 points. So overall, he's going to have 8 points in general terms if he's non-captain. And if you triple captain 24 points, has that been a massive gain? Probably not. I've seen managers at the start of the season who had Salah for the game week. In the first game week, I think he got like 20 points or something, so he had 60 points. Something ridiculous like that. So 24 points from a triple captain hit with the fixtures that Kane had. Nah, I don't think you've got anything to be concerned about. Just trust yourself, trust your gut, trust your inkling, trust your instinct, I'd say, and just take it from there, see how it goes. I think Everton are a very good squad. They've got James Rodriguez, Sigurdsson, um, Richarlison, great players, in and around, playing for the team. Ancelotti's got a system. They've just beat Liverpool, first time in like 22 years at Anfield. So, yeah, I mean, be confident and just back Calvert-Lewin. Whether he backs your decision or vindicates it, don't be disappointed. Support him, back him, because I think he will get you the goals. And for the price you're paying for him, I think he's an absolute bargain. He's 4 million cheaper than Harry Kane, and yeah, play him. Keep going. Keep backing him. So that is my tip. The next question I had was, should I play bench boost? When do you want to play your bench boost? I mean, if you want to play a bench boost next week and you've got players from Southampton and Man City, then yeah, I would. But if you're looking to that in 29, then yeah, get your transfers in now. Get those teams in that you've got for those fixtures weeks and play it then. But I would say there might be another game week in around 30 to 32. So if you want to hold on to that, I would kind of hold on to that chip just for now, because you want to see a bit more injuries, because you've got players like Maddison, Barnes, Zaha who are out. So I would just take a bit of the time, maybe just till the end of this game week. So leave it till Friday night or Saturday morning next week before game week 27, just to see what the injury updates are, and then make a transfers based on that, and yeah, see what you guys can get. I mean, for me, I'm probably going to get rid of Eric Dyer. He's not getting many minutes. He's not been that great, to be fair. First quarter, I'd say, of the season, he was actually pretty decent for me. But after that Liverpool game, he's just Brighton. He didn't play. West Brom, he didn't play. Burnley hasn't played. So he hasn't played 3 out of 6 game weeks for me. And for a defender on my bench, I just don't think that's good enough. I need to get someone in who will be a regular for me. So yeah, guys, if you guys have Dyer in there, I would get rid. No point in having him if you're going to spend 5 million on a player who's going to be on the bench. You might as well get someone who's worth 4 mil and just leave them on the bench. So yeah, if you've got any things in your squads that you think you can kind of amend now, feel free to go for it. Make those changes now so you guys can actually not take any kind of hits on the price rises or decreases, because at the end of the day, you've got to make sure you get those in at the right time. If you guys want to take a 4-point hit, feel free to, but I think if you guys got a plan in your mind, then start preparing now, because the games are coming thick and fast, and before you know it, you might actually miss the deadline, so go ahead. The next question I had was, is it worth taking Grealish out for the next game week? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it for you, but it was worth it for me because, from what I saw, he's not back for another month. And Grealish, yeah, I mean, it depends on whether you have enough players on the bench that can come in and cover, because I know there's some people who like to have a strong bench. So if you have a strong bench, leave him, and if he's part of your first 11, I wouldn't kind of get rid of him, because he has gone up in price by about $500,000 since the start of the season. So again, dependent on your team, and if you just put all your budget in the 11 that are starting, then yeah, definitely get rid of him. Getting someone else, so probably like a Youri Tielemans, who did really well this week. Maybe from Man City, if you don't have a Man City player like a Gundogan or a De Bruyne, a Mahrez, a Sterling, Bernardo Silva. Maybe getting someone like a Daniel James from Manchester United. So you've got quite a few options, dependent on your budget. If you want to put in Raphinha, if you really want to go low, and pick Raphinha and kind of spare up some more budget for the rest of your team to make another transfer. Again, the choice is yours. So have a think about your team. Think about the fixtures that are coming up. Because if you look at Leeds fixtures, so let's look at game week 27. Leeds have West Ham away. Now West Ham are doing phenomenally. So I don't know. Would you consider bringing him in? I don't know, because West Ham have done well and they're playing home. So Raphinha, maybe not. I'd probably consider someone from Spurs, because they're playing Crystal Palace. So maybe like a Regulon, a Bale. Why not? I mean, he probably might not be a regular every game, but played absolutely phenomenally today. Is it time we get Bale in? It's a question for you guys. Is it time we get Bale in? Would you put him in your team? I've not got him in my team yet. Am I going to consider him? Looking at them now, I might. But let me know. Are you guys going to think of bringing him in? How do you think he did today? I mean, I think he was phenomenal, to be fair, and could have got another goal or two, I reckon, if he'd had his luck on his side. So yeah, so that's question of the week, guys. Bale, should we get him into our squads for Harvey Barnes or Grealish or Madison, whoever's got injured for your team? Let me know how it goes. How long is Barnes out for? Well, I've answered that question already. 10th of April. Moving forward, should I have Watkins or Bamford? Well, I played Watkins this week because it was a double game week for Aston Villa and Leeds were only playing one game, which was against Villa. But moving forward, I'm probably going to have, unless there's a double game week for Villa or it's a more favourable fixture, I'm probably going to favour Bamford. Sole reason being is the fact that he's on penalties. Ollie Watkins was on penalties at the start of the season, but he's been moved off it for the reason of missing his last penalty that he did take. So let's see what sorry about that, what the future weeks bring. But I'd definitely go Bamford over Watkins. But if you can get both of them in, then keep both. But if it's out of the two, definitely Bamford due to the penalty. Kind of like advantage of set pieces that he does have. What was the next question we could take? Salah has been a letdown for me and my affiliation with Liverpool. Should I drop him now? Well, Mo Salah. Let's have a look at Mo Salah himself. So if we pick Salah, so as you guys can see, he's still owned by around 41% of managers. Let's check his last 5 game weeks. So he's on 26. So let's go to 21. So he's got 4 goals and no assists. So he's got 4 goals in his last 5 games. I don't think he should lose patience. I know against Everton and Sheffield he's blanked, but he still has a fair few games coming forward. So he's got Chelsea away, but then yeah, I mean if you look at the games after that, if you've been patient with him for this long, then I would say be patient. I mean look at these game weeks: Fulham home, Wolves away, Arsenal, Leeds, Newcastle, Villa. They're all winnable. Yeah, and then if you look at his last 3 games after the United games, actually look at his last 4 games. He's got Southampton, West Brom, Burnley, Crystal Palace. Honestly, don't get rid of Salah. If I'd had him in my team now, I definitely would stick with him and let him show me the potential he has, which he has done over the last 3 years. So he's not in my squad anymore because I've backed De Bruyne, but it's again your choice if you want to stay with him. But if you're a Liverpool fan, keep faith. He might have let you down now, but with the fixtures I can see, and with the people that are to come back, or the players that are to come back from injury, I think there's a really good chance he can give you some really good returns. Because the thing about Salah is when he does go big, he goes huge. So if you're going to back him, fully back him, and just wait for that amazing game week where you can actually sit back and go, yep, it was vindicated and it was worth sticking to. Everton or Spurs for the next 5 game weeks. Everton or Spurs. I mean, I've looked at both game weeks, so let's check. So 27, we've got Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Villa, Newcastle. So I think they are very favourable. And if we go to check Everton, let's just pick Pickford. Arsenal, he's got Chelsea, Burnley, no game week. Yeah, so he's got no game week in game 29 because that is the FA Cup week. So based on what I've just seen and the fixtures, I think, yeah, I mean I'd already chosen Reguilon anyway, but looking at these fixtures now, I'm pretty much certainly going to say please go for Spurs. Spurs have a much favourable, even though I'm taking out Dyer, there might be a chance I'll bring in another Spurs player, but he's certainly not going to be a defensive player. It might be like Bale, it could be Bergwijn, or I actually saw Højbjerg today played pretty well, so I'm not too sure yet. I mean, those are something that I can consider bringing over. Højbjerg could potentially be a bench option, but not really sure about that. I'm probably going to think about it a bit more as the week goes along, but I will let you guys know in regards to that. I'm looking at a 16-point hit for game week 29. Shall I go for it? I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, at the end of the day, it's your team. You make your choice, you make your decisions. I'm one of those who go on guts. So if you've got a team and you've got a player that you believe is going to get you the points, or yeah, go for it. Why not? But then you've got to be confident enough that, if it does go wrong, don't let it bring you down. Continue backing yourself. Make those strong decisions. Like myself this week, I took the decision that if it wasn't going to work out, I wasn't going to beat myself over it. I was going to continue with my instinct and just take it from there wherever it comes. So yeah, if we're looking at a 16-point hit for that game week, I know there's only 4 games in the Premier League, then yeah, go for it. But just make sure that you look at all the injury fronts, and if you are going to make those decisions, maybe if you can spread it out. So if you've got 2 free transfers this week, take them now. 1 transfer for game week 28 and 27. So that's 4 transfers done there. And then basically, if you are taking a 16-point hit, the maximum you're probably going to get is you might actually even get them done for free. But it depends. Are you looking to change your whole squad? Not sure what you're looking to do, but if that is the best option of minus 16 for you now, then go for it. Then may as well do it before the price rises or changes for players that you're looking to bring in. Is it time to drop Raphinha? Good question. I mean, let's see what his game fixtures he has. So he's got West Ham away, Chelsea away, Fulham and Sheffield. I mean, I wouldn't drop him now. If you brought him in for the triple game week, the double game week for the triple leads, then back him now. You've got West Ham away, Chelsea home, which are tough fixtures. But then you've got Fulham and Sheffield, followed by the 3 dreaded games: Man City, Liverpool and Manchester United. So yeah, I mean, I'd definitely keep him until game week 30, see how he is, if he's in form. If you decide to take him out, then I guess that's entirely a choice. He is owned by I think quite a few managers at the moment. So let's have a look. Transfers, and let's go Leeds. Let's look at Raphinha. 9.4%. So yeah, he's owned by 9.4% of managers at the moment. And his last 5 game weeks, he's got 1 goal and 1 assist. Yeah, so he's not been in bad form, to be fair, but he's actually, doesn't look great on paper, but he's actually been a lot more threatening when you watch him live, and he's had a few good chances that he has missed. So I would definitely stick with him for now, and let me know how you get along. So again, that was my game week for now. So my reaction to part 1 of this double game week is a positive reaction. I'm happy, I'm satisfied. Let me know how it's gone for you guys. Drop me some comments, drop me some questions like you guys usually do on Instagram or Twitter, even in the comment sections here. Let me know how your team is doing. Let me know where I can help with if you've got any injury news. And I'll be there to help you guys out. For me, the only downturn for me is Barnes, but I will come up with a game plan and I'll let you guys know what I'm going to do, and I'll release that in my stream that I will be doing for my deadline stream for game week 27. Well, that's it from me in regards to the reaction part 1. If you enjoyed what you guys saw today, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button and the notifications icon to get latest notifications. I've got a bet with my friend if I can get 500 followers. I've just gone over 50 followers over the weekend, so thank you for your subscriptions and subscribing to my channel. If I can get 500 of you guys to subscribe to my channel before the end of the season, then I will win a PS5 as a bet. So please support me. If you like what you see and you want me to continue doing this, subscribe to my channel and be part of the FPL INKLING family. Well, have a lovely day. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you guys in the next stream.